I'm lost my train of thought joking with you.
No, you're gaga about the Cowboys. You think they're going to the Super Bowl.
No, I haven't said that, but I've upgraded them, Rob. Before the season, and you'll vouch for me, I said the Dallas Cowboys were going to make the playoffs. I mean, that division's horrible. We thought it was the worst division in football when the season began, and they've done nothing to change our minds. All right. It's a bad division. And we're talking, of course, about the NFC East. Washington 2-4, Philadelphia 2-4, the Giants 1-5. And Danny Dimes, Rob, my goodness, 4 turnovers.
Let me tell you something. How can they keep running him out there, Chris? Seriously. I get it. Like, it's your player. I mean, is it fair to the rest of the guys? Enough. I can't do it.
I mean, well, what you do, who's their backup?
Joe Broussard. No, I'm just saying.
You're sticking with this is Gettleman's guy. I think Gettleman's in deep trouble.
Gettleman's in trouble. I mean, how could he not be, Chris? They're horrific.
They are.
They're horrific.
And a lot of this is on him. He's been there long enough to rebuild this. And, in the NFL, Rob, a lot of times if you're great, you rebuild them pretty quickly. And he drafted Daniel Jones to be his quarterback. And he drafted, and I think both you and I were like, what? It's nothing against Saquon Barkley, who's been, let's just keep it real, he hasn't been a tremendous running back. I mean, but he's hurt most of the time. But I don't care if he was Eric Dickerson.
You remember
at this day and age,
they couldn't wait to run Jerry Reese out of there with the Giants, who won the 2 Super Bowls. Yep. And I bet you they'd love to have Jerry Reese back.
They need to be calling Jerry right now. Get him back. You're right. And Gettleman, I think, is in trouble. I don't know if that's going to extend to Joe Judge. You can argue, give him a legit chance, but
it could push him out, like we talked about before. We've seen coaches, Chris, who have a rookie quarterback who still get broomed out when a new manager comes in.
No doubt, because a new GM might want his own guy, no doubt. But the bottom line is this, and I brought them up for a reason. The one team in that division that's legit, Rob, is Dallas. And look, my point was they're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to have a good record because their schedule's pretty weak. But I didn't think they were a Super Bowl contender. I felt like they were a team that could get a win in the playoffs, but not really challenged to go to the Super Bowl. I'm upgrading them. Now they have a legitimate shot to reach the Super Bowl. I really believe they got the run game, Thunder and Lightning, Ezekiel Elliott, and Tony Pollard. They got the passing game. I told you week 1, Dak is elite, and he has been elite this season. And when they face a team that doesn't have a great run defense, they run the ball smartly. But when they face a team that can stop you on the ground, that's when they give it to Dak, and he delivers. And he did it again yesterday against a New England team that's not great, but the defense is legit. The defense top 6, 7 in the league. And Dak ate him up. 36 for 51, Rob, 445 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. And in overtime, he was fantastic, which has been the par for the course for him. This dude has been delivering in the clutch, Rob. Check this out. In the fourth quarter and overtime, let me get the stat. Here it is. When the game is tied in the fourth quarter and overtime, Rob.
It's funny. When I use this for Steph Curry, you don't want to use this. But now, go ahead. I want to hear this for Dak.
I don't even know what you're talking about. First of all, we're talking about a different sport.
Okay. So what are you talking about? Remember this. Let's mark this tape down, Chris. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. We're talking about football, not basketball. But anyway, when a game is tied in the fourth quarter and overtime. Now, this isn't the last 9 seconds or whatever you like to say with Steph. Dak is completing 79% of his passes, 10.6 yards per attempt, 9 touchdowns, 0 picks, passer rating of 148.3. So he's delivering when it's critical moments, and he's delivering in the bulk of the game.
What's their record during those games in the overtime?
Well, it got to be good because they're 5-1. So I'm sure it's good.
No, I said in the overtime. And that's
I don't
overtime?
know. I don't know, but it can't be bad. I mean, seriously.
No, I'm asking.
They won in overtime yesterday.
Yeah,
that's probably their only overtime game. But they've had some close games. So anyway,
okay. Are you done? Can I talk?
No,
yet?
I'm not done.
Okay, well, go ahead.
The defense is much
talk.
improved. The defense is much improved. And I'm just saying they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender now. It's packed in the NFC. You got Tampa Bay. You got Dallas now. Green Bay, I'm not overly impressed, but, I'll throw them in there. Obviously, Arizona, really good win. Several good wins this year. And so the NFC is packed. But, yeah, those are they're up there, Dallas, and the Rams, of course. But, yeah, go ahead. The mic is yours.
Yes. Only you could come up with this, that they're a Super Bowl contender after beating a 0-4 New England Patriots team at home, beating the terrible Giants, beating Carolina, barely beating a bad Carolina team, which has gone the other way, beating a terrible Philadelphia team, being lucky against the Chargers where they took 2 touchdowns off the board.
Did they win?
Dak Prescott had 237 yards. In the game against Carolina, 188. Chris, you're making, as usual, you become the prisoner of the moment.
Hold on, stop.
No, wait, no. Let me. You have no. Be quiet.
Aaron Rodgers has one good game. He's MVP.
Let me have my say. You already off of that. That's what. Off of that, you're surmised.
No, off the week.
That they're a Super Bowl. This team has 3 or 4 playoff wins in 25 years. They've had decent seasons. They've gotten off to good starts. They haven't been able to beat the good teams. That's the problem. Even in Dak's case. I'm not making up the numbers. The Cowboys don't normally, Chris, beat good teams. They beat Tampa Bay this year, and they beat the Chargers.
They lost to Tampa Bay.
They lost. And they beat the Chargers. So they're 1-1.
Panthers were 3-0.
No, it's where you finish teams that finish over 500, not where you are in the season. Because you could play somebody that's the Lions who are 1-0, and then they finish 1-16, and that doesn't count as a quality win. My point is, I'm not convinced yet, based on the talent that they've played. I'll wait. You can go ahead and put your foot all the way in the water. I'll put my big toe in. It's cold as hell, and I'm not having it yet. The Cowboys, this is what people do. They go crazy about certain teams. They win a few games, and they're ready. Oh, yeah, they're going to the Super Bowl. In that crowded NFC, I'm not buying the Cowboys at this point. That's all.
It's called analysis. All right, you can look at who they beat and all that. Look at the game. Did you watch the way they played?
I was watching it. I was watching the game.
You gonna pour water on Dak Prescott?
Chris,
he's playing great. 188 yards. Aaron Rodgers threw for like 198 yesterday.
We're not talking about the Packers.
But I'm just saying, you're gonna throw out a stat like he didn't just throw for 445 yesterday.
No,
and then
but I'm
try to poo-poo their win over the Chargers. They won.
Yeah, but Chris, you know that they didn't play that well. That was a gift.
They won.
Stop it.
That's like me saying Baltimore didn't play well against Detroit. That wasn't a gift.
It was a gift. No, a 68-yard field goal is not a gift, and a 4th and 29 is not a gift. 4th and 29 is a gift?
My point is that a win in the NFL is a win.
No, it's not.
You can't take the Chargers win away from them.
I'm not taking it away. It's called putting it in perspective. You got to have context, Chris. Rob, it was a gift. The Chargers took 2 touchdowns off the board and missed 2 field goals.
It was
a straight up gift to the Dallas Cowboys.
Why did the 2 touchdowns come off the board?
They had penalties.
Oh, maybe like a holding? I don't know maybe it was a holding. But you know what? If there isn't a hold, maybe they don't score. You ever thought about that? That's why we penalize penalties. Because usually the penalty is what opens it up and allows you to have a big play.
Chris, how many football games have you watched in your life?
Thousands.
A million, right? A million. Yeah. You don't see 2 touchdowns come off the board in most NFL games. I'm sorry.
Rob, when you make a penalty,
I'm asking you, how many games have you watched this year where 2 touchdowns came off the board? It doesn't happen.
It's your fault for getting the penalty.
That's not my point.
I watched yesterday with Dallas have 12 penalties, and that's why the game was close.
Chris.
And you can't say that because yesterday was close, they're not legit.
And here you are.
New England played Tampa Bay close.
You're trumpeting Dallas and Dak all those yards and all that offense, and they still needed overtime to beat a rookie quarterback and Mac Jones on a team that's winless at home. That game was in.
Brady
do you know what people
needed
were?
a last-second field goal.
Well, that's par for the
It
course. That's Tom
happens.
Brady's career. But when
Yeah,
you talk
it's only
about
the
the
GOAT.
Dallas Cowboys, I'm just saying you're making it like they went in and stomped the kid and Bill Belichick. When
doesn't matter
Mac
if
Jones
you
threw that
stomped them,
touchdown,
you
people were
won.
like, "Oh, there it is. There it go again." Cowboys can't.
But when they
just score.
stomped, if they had stomped them, you would have said New England's no good. They stomped
They
the
already
Giants.
good, but I
You're
can at
not
least
yelling about
appreciate
that. They stopped
the winning
Panthers.
context. That's all. I just think you're
They
the biggest
stopped the Eagles.
prisoner of the
You
moment
can't
on
call
radio.
You are forbidden for calling me a prisoner of the moment. Because
You
you
are.
got
You're
on
the
here.
biggest prisoner
you
of
got
the
on
moment.
here 2 weeks. You got on here after one good Aaron Rodgers game and said, you know what? Stop the presses. Lamar Jackson is not going to be MVP. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers. You got a lot of nerve calling me a prisoner of the moment.
Chris, you're the biggest
Aaron
prisoner
Rodgers,
of the moment.
no,
Everybody
you can
knows
say that
it.
all you want. But the fact is, you're the one, Rob, who got on here and said the guy that's ranked 19th in total yardage, the guy that is averaging 239 yards a game,
14
is going
touchdowns,
to be the MVP.
one pick.
Is
He don't
even
have
in the
15
discussion?
interceptions in his last 15 games.
So
all.
he's better than Pat Mahomes?
Yeah,
Really?
he is. Coming off of
stop
last
it.
year,
He ain't even
absolutely.
close. He ain't better than Pat Mahomes.
Absolutely.
He's 19th in the league in passing
Absolutely.
yards.
You're living in the past. You're living in the 2
I'm
year
living
ago.
in the past.
2 year ago,
So,
Patrick
Rob,
Mahomes.
somebody
You're still
that
on
averaged-
that.
Pat
You're
Mahomes
still
leads the
on
league in
that.
touchdowns.
Chris, by one touchdown, and he leads. And how many picks does
He
he
ain't
have?
leading Aaron Rodgers by one
How many
touchdown.
picks does he have?
He leading Aaron Rodgers
How many
by
picks
5.
does he have?
He leading Aaron Rodgers by 5, Rob.
How many picks does he have? Oh, okay.
He got some picks.
Yeah, all right.
He's leading Aaron Rodgers by 6.
He got
so
many
6
picks.
more touchdowns.
Stop it. He has all these picks. He ain't having the year you think he is.
Your boy, 239 yards a game.
He ain't
Stop
my
it.
boy. Aaron Rodgers
Nah,
is
he's
the
your
greatest
boy.
quarterback
We all
I ever
know you
saw
love
throw the
him.
football.
We all know you love him. Mac Jones is averaging more yards a game than Aaron Rodgers.
Is it
How
yards
you
or is
like
it about
them
wins?
apples?
Is it about yards or
How you
wins?
like them
yeah,
apples?
okay. You could have all those
Mac
empty stats.
Jones.
All those empty stats. Just like
Yards are
they're
not empty stats.
Yes,
They're
they
only
are.
empty
yes,
when they
are.
come in a
I
blowout
watched Matthew
loss.
Stafford
That's the only
for
time they're
11
empty.
years
That's
throw
one
empty
example.
yards, empty stats. I've seen it.
That's like saying all points are empty points if you don't win. It's not true. Yards are empty stats when they come out and blow out losses. All right, that's it. Pat Mahomes ain't getting blown out in losses. His yards mean something. And Mac Jones's have meant something.